So for today's project, we are doing the coolest wreath. And it's all made out of cardstock, which I love so much. So for the prep of, or the supplies that you're gonna need, we absolutely love, you would probably, are the links gonna be somewhere, like shopping links?
So all of the, it's all in the supply like ebook that I just showed.
In that ebook that you're gonna get, you're gonna have all the links for this, but we'll explain a little bit, okay? So you are gonna need one of these embroidery hoops. I know this is kind of an interesting little thing, but you actually need it. And then these right here technically are like fondant rolling tools, but we use them to roll some paper. And we have, I already have a little bit of the project already cut up and ready to go, but we are going to be using what we would use for our heat press, that silicone mat. This is a really good thing to have. So if you already have a heat press, go and grab the silicone mat because it's going to really help with the curling of your paper, because you know, paper's flat. We got to make it look like it is useful, okay? Or useful, like it's 3D. The next thing that you're going to get is either going to be a scoring stylus if you are using every machine before the Explorer 5.
Yes.
So we are going to be working with the brand new Cricut Explorer 5, and they have this one right here. Unfortunately, the old scoring stylus does not work with the new machine, so you are going to need this. I'll demonstrate how that works. But if you have one of the older machines, get yourself a scoring stylus. We really love the scoring stylus. Then you're just going to need your Craft Week variety pack, and also I'm gonna be using hot glue for this project for today. But you're gonna want to just grab the greens that are in the Craft Week.
Just the greens.
Just the greens. So over here, they should all be assembled the same. So if everyone got one of these Craft Weeks, you're just gonna flip all the way through until you get to about the greens. Oops, and then I removed my fingers. Okay, all of these greens right here, you're gonna pull out because we're gonna use them for today's project.
So
I do see a comment that says, can you use any size embroidery? You totally can. So I'll show you how to customize this and resize this to fit your needs. I used a larger embroidery hoop for mine, but if you wanted to do smaller or even larger than what I have, you're totally able to do that. Okay, so that is going to be all the supplies, and then we'll head over into Cricut Design Space where we start to do the customizations. All right. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna head over into Cricut Design Space, and you wanna come over here and press New Project. There's actual multiple ways to do this. You could do this here, you can do it here. Sometimes you have a canvas that's up here. So there's lots of ways to get a new window in Cricut Design Space. Then what you're gonna do, let's just close this out, is we need to come over here into Upload, and then you're gonna do Upload Image. Now what you want to do is you want to find that zip file. This is the Craft Week zip file. If you're an All Access Pass holder, if you're a free ticket holder, you just want to make sure and grab your files as they come in for each day, okay? So we are gonna open up day 1, and we are going to be doing the Monstra Leaf Wreath. So you wanna open that up. There is going to be this SVG file that's right there. There's only one. You are gonna drag this over into Cricut Design Space and just drop it in. It is going to look blurry, but that is okay. You just wanna press continue. Now, if you wanted to rename this, you totally could. You don't have to, but you totally could. Then you wanna press upload, and it should be loaded up right here into Cricut Design Space. I'm gonna close this real quick. All right, so here's the deal, my friends. For the people that wanted to make a larger embroidery hoop or a smaller one, there was a question on what size we're using. Do you know what exact size this is?
I believe it's 12 inches. Will you measure?
It is, yeah, I think it's like a 12, it's like about a 12 inch. Yeah. It's a 12-inch hoop. So the file that we've created right here is gonna be perfectly sized, in my opinion, to a 12-inch wreath. But if you wanted to make it larger, by selecting this, you just want, right now it's grouped. You can make it larger by, making it bigger, or you can make it smaller for if you're using a smaller loop. So it's really simple, okay? But if we're gonna be using the 12-inch, 12-inch hoop, this is the perfect size for you, okay? There is gonna be a little bit of customizations that we are gonna have to do. And so what we wanna do is with the SVG file, when it's loaded in, you wanna right click and you wanna press ungroup. And then what we have to do is we need to come over here to the right and we need to open up these carrots because there are these lines that you see on some of these leaves. Right now, when they load into Cricut Design Space, they actually get loaded in as a cut line, and we do not want to cut our files in half. We want to actually score them to where it's going to give it a little bit more texture. So you're going to open up all these carrot boxes, and there's going to be 3 lines for this project. So we're going to click on the 1 line, and we'll come over here. You can see it says basic cut. We are going to click on that and we are going to do score. Then we are going to come over here to the next line and we are going to click basic cut and then we're going to do score. And then that last line, same thing. We're going to click on this, basic cut, and then score. Okay. Now we have to do one additional step that a lot of people tend to forget, okay? And that is while the line is right on top of that, this leaf right now, if we were to go and press make, what will happen is that line will then be moved into an unknown mat, and then your line that you're trying to put on this leaf will no longer be there. So what we actually have to do is we have to tell Cricut like, hey, we want to score a line exactly where we put it. And I know it's there, but we still haven't told Cricut that we need to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click the leaf. It should automatically select that score line, and you wanna come down here and press attach. So you just told the Cricut that we are gonna cut this out and we are gonna score right here, okay? If you go into the make screen and you see a random score line that is not where you want it to be, it's because you missed that little step right there for detach, okay? So we are gonna come over here, press this leaf. It should automatically select both pieces. We're gonna come over here and press attach. And then the same thing with this one, you're gonna come over here and press attach. Okay, so over here at the wreath that we have here, you're gonna see that it's like a leaf, but it's the really fine, intricate cut leaf. You can see that I have it in 2 different colors, right? You have a dark green, and then this right here is the chartreuse green. That was a tongue twister. So that is a different color green than this. But on the screen, if you look over on the screen, it is going to be just this single color, okay? When I was creating this project, I was like, you know what? I want to show an additional step of how we can customize something to make it look like something different. Not everyone's gonna have the same. So what I wanted to do was create a different color of just this. So with one selected, I did Command C, Command V, which is copy and paste, or you can right click and you can do copy and paste right here. And for anyone that's on a Windows computer, your keyboard shortcuts are gonna be a little bit different than us that are on a Mac, but your keyboard shortcuts will be listed here over the right, okay? So Command C, Command V for copy and paste. And now what I'm gonna do is with this one, I'm gonna recolor it, and I'm gonna recolor it to this leaf that is the bottom left right here. So I'm gonna click on this green box and I'm gonna change it over to the same green that's over here, okay? Now what you're going to need, I'm gonna drag this down here. Okay, we are gonna need a total of 9 of these ones right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, we're gonna need 8. Yeah, we're gonna need 8. I said 9, but we're only gonna need 8. And to be honest with you, if you can cut more, because we are gonna have some leftover cardstock, you can cut more, and as you play with it, you can, take some out, put some in. If you want yours fuller than mine, cut more. I'm gonna show you how to cut 8, so we're gonna select this one, Command C, Command D. There is 2, and I need 8. So I'm gonna select both of these just so it's less work for me. And I'm gonna do, now I have 4, Command C, Command V for 4. And I'm gonna select these, and we're gonna do one more, Command C, Command V. All right, we got 8 of these, okay?
Beautiful.
Then we have this green one. I have 4, so I'm gonna copy and paste, and I'm gonna make 4 of these. Okay, so then we need 2 of each of these really intricate, like I said earlier, I kill plants. So I don't know the plant names of anything, but we're going to copy and paste
They're really
this.
cool leaves.
They are. Like, what are they, like palm leaves or something? I don't know. But I need 2 of each of these, okay? So we are done with the design process. So easy. What you want to do is make sure and save your work. Okay.
Beautiful.
We're going to press save. And then we are going to come over here into make. And we are going to use a Cricut mat for today's project and just press confirm. Now, for some of these projects, what you want to do, or I'm sorry, for some of these mats, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rearrange things on your cut screen. And the reason for that is like, we're going to I'll come down here to 5. Mat 5 only has 1 leaf on the page. But technically, you can see that we probably could maybe put in 1 or 2 leaves, okay? So what I am all about not wasting any cardstock, all right? So what you're gonna wanna do is I'm just gonna go into mat 6, okay? We're going to click on our leaf. We're gonna come over here into this line, or these 3 dots. We're gonna move object, and we are gonna move it over to, I'm gonna come up here to the very first one. And we're gonna press confirm. Now we have 2 leaves on the page. And we actually noticed a little glitch in the Cricut software today, and it happened again. So I'm gonna walk you through this Cricut glitch that's happening, okay? We noticed that the score line here is black and this one is white. It is something to do with the Cricut. So I'm gonna bring this up here. This right here, I've already tested it. If you're using the project the same size as we are, you cannot fit a 3rd leaf down here. I've already tried, so don't try and do that. But you are gonna have all of this as scrap cardstock for a different project later, okay? So you're gonna want to do that for all of these leaves right here. Do the 3 dots, go to move object, and then you'll just move it to the next corresponding color. Now, if you wanted to get wild and say, you know what, I don't want this leaf, this color, I want it in this lighter, it's gonna end up being mint green, you can click on it and it will change it to that mint green color. So that is definitely an option that you could do as well. You just wanna, we like to call this nesting. So this is the art of nesting, conserving room, making sure that you fill up as much cardstock so you don't waste a whole sheet of cardstock, okay? So you're gonna do that for all of the cardstock project or the mats that you could conserve. I'm not entirely sure if you can conserve on this mint. Yeah, I think you can. We'll do mat 2. I always like to drag my, if you're noticing that I am dragging it to the bottom right, it's because if you were to come up here and do these 3 dots, and put it on mat 1, it honestly looks like there's nothing there, right? So you have to remember to click and drag. So I always like to put it in a spot that I know there's not gonna be anything there already. Look at that. So
boom.
I have now conserved on material. Look at that, woohoo. Okay, so when you are done with all of that process, we need to make sure that our Cricut is turned on and connected.
So good. Now, Cricut, we just want to make sure we're go cut. We got a couple friends ready to watch.
Oh, no.
What did it say? What did it say?
Connection failed.
Why don't we just turn off the Cricut and turn it back on?
Okay. We were having this issue this morning. We were finding glitches and we were finding a little bit of bugs. Okay, but there is 2 things. I've done most of the cutting this morning because this project does take quite a bit to cut.
Yes.
So I wanted to demonstrate the glitch, and 2, the ability of my cardstock cutting something like this, because those are 2 very important things, okay? So just pretend that my screen looks exactly like yours if we're doing an apples to apples comparison. What you wanna do is you want to come over here and press continue, and you're gonna want to cut all of the mats that you have. Now again, I have most of mine cut out, but I just wanna show you the two mats, the 2 most important one we are gonna start with is the really intricate cut one. And that's gonna be this leafy situation. Let's call this a palm leaf, okay? Yep. And so I'm over here on mat 3. we are gonna be using the medium cardstock setting for the Cricut Explorer 5. Now, I have noticed that with the new settings for the Explorer 5, they are double cutting medium cardstock, which sounds really silly to me. Over here, if you go into Browse All Materials, they do have this one right here that's a medium cardstock and it says Basic Cut Single Pass. I would strongly suggest not choosing that. If you are using a Cricut Explorer 5, I have one at home and I wanted to only do a single pass on my cardstock Friday when I was back at the house crafting, and I was having not good results. So make sure and do the 2 passes. Even Tanner this morning was like, wait, it's medium cardstock. Why is it doing 2 passes? We are just doing 2 passes, okay? So for this one, we are gonna be using, we'll do the chartreuse for this. I'm gonna get this brayer. Awesome, and we are gonna load this into the Cricut. And we're just going to press the play button for the load. All right, it is going to automatically read the mat and then start cutting. And it's going to end up doing 2 passes. Now, if you've already started to cut out your project, because this project does, while it looks really beautiful and there doesn't require a whole lot of paper and stuff, I would say the prep of the project is the thing that takes the longest.
Yes.
So if you already have some leaves cut out, what you can go ahead and do is by taking out your silicone mat and your rolling tools, you can start rolling your cardstock, which you can see I've already started to do. We have the mint green right here. What you don't want to do with your cardstock is do hard creases like this, unless you're doing your middle folds right here, okay? What you want to do is you want to roll it. So that's where these tools come in handy, is you just roll the cardstock. And to be honest with you, I like to make this as not as like samesies for every single leaf that you have here. I want it to be different. So sometimes I'll go the other way and I'll pull some of the leaves this way, because if you're in nature, not all leaves are going to look exactly the same, right? All right, so we are almost done cutting. So this is mat 1. This is the most intricate cut that we have for the entire project. And I do not want you to feel, someone said neoprene. That is a good,
love it.
That's a good suggestion. But I don't want you to be scared of my cardstock, okay? Because even though we have a really detailed leaf, look at that. There is no hiccups, there's no tears, there's no snags. So for this mat, what I want you to do, we're gonna roll this over, is we are going to take and roll over your Cricut mat.
Sorry, this is one of my favorite things.
This is
my favorite.
A lot of people, what they like to do is they like to take this cardstock and rip it. Now, this is not a very new mat, so it's not as sticky. But for new mats, when you start doing that, you're gonna start breaking the fibers in your cardstock. If you're doing vinyl, it's gonna start curling your vinyl. It's a mess. So instead of pulling away, what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll this over and you are gonna roll your mat away from your cardstock. And see how it's like just falling? Look at that.
Now, if you're trained by me, we call this going with gravity.
Yeah.
We love to go with gravity.
And it's just really, it's going to release.
It's a little bit, I mean, this one is the most, oh, look at these. Look at them. Oh my goodness.
There you go, and look at that.
Woo-hoo.
It's so beautiful. It looks like an actual real leaf that I do not have to take care of. I have 2 kids and a husband. I don't want to have to feed something else.
I love it.
All right, so with all these extra little bits, what you're gonna do is make sure that you do not have any extra little bits on your mat, okay? Because that will affect the way that your Cricut cuts your machine or cuts your cardstock, okay? So for this next mat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using lime green. So we used chartreuse earlier, now we're using lime. And I'm just going to use a brayer to make sure it's nice and stuck on this light grit mat because it's not that sticky anymore, all right? So we're gonna come over here and we are gonna do the medium cardstock setting again. Now I will tell you, we are gonna be using medium cardstock setting for all of this. What I would love for you to do is click on the medium cardstock setting and click on this remember material setting, because then you're never gonna have to select that again throughout the entire project, okay?
Love it.
What I am gonna do now is I'm gonna scroll down to, oh, I didn't set that up. Oh, no, I did, right here. I'm gonna scroll down to this one right here, where we had moved those 2 leaves and now we have a black score line and a white score line. This is a Cricut glitch. So just so we can troubleshoot, because I did have an issue this morning where it cut and I was like, wait, what happened? Okay. We are going to insert the Cricut, or insert the mat into the Cricut. Oh, wait, it's gonna automatically start scoring and I don't want it to score. We're gonna actually pretend like I didn't do any of that, okay? We're gonna forget that I even suggested to put that in. First, what we're gonna do is we are gonna follow the directions on the Cricut. I have to tell you that this is something that I have been getting used to with the Explore 5, because the scoring tool and the blade go in the exact same housing. Before, with the Explore, you had your scoring stylist in the one side and then the blade in the other, and now they actually have to go together in one. I know, it's kind of confusing. So if you're someone like me that has muscle memory, what you want to make sure is slow down and read.
Me too.
Yeah, step 1 is making sure that you have the correct cardstock setting. Step 2 is in your machine, you want to put in the scoring stylus in the Explore 5. Okay, we are gonna clamp this into place. Make sure that it's nice and flush. You can see that it's nice and flush here. Then what you wanna do is you wanna put this into the Cricut. Now what happens is the Cricut is going to suck it in, and then it's gonna do a single score line. Okay, now what happens here is with the glitch is now going to say, insert the scoring tool and press the button. I don't know why, but I, again, was doing muscle memory this morning, not even reading. I took out the scoring tool, put in the blade, and it made a bad cut. So make sure that you just press the plus sign again for the second time to now do that second white line, okay? Now, following the directions on the screen, you just want to take out your scoring stylus, put in the blade, and then you're gonna press the the play button. Awesome. It's gonna do a double cut. Okay, so when it comes to rolling flowers, I'm gonna take these palm leaves that we just did, and I have one on, this is like a hard white surface, okay?
Yep.
Let's pretend that we are not gonna use any type of foam or anything. If you try and roll this, ain't nothing rolling, because there's no give in this table, okay? You can try and try, but it's not going to roll, all right? So this right here is just a mouse pad, right? Not a very thick mouse pad, but a mouse pad. And it's gonna give you, do you see how now all of a sudden, like you can see that, maybe not from this side. Can you, let's do, will the Cricut camera pick up the side angle of this leaf, Sadie?
Maybe.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do it like this. Okay. Now, do you see how this right here is not laying flat anymore? Just this thin amount of foam actually plays a difference, okay? So coming over here, you can see that these leaves are flat onto the thing. If I break your Cricut, I'll buy you a new one, okay? But I'm gonna roll on top of this Cricut just so you can see it actually curling up, all right? The Cricut's hard, we have just a little bit of foam, and we are going to just roll it. And do you see how now we have some rolled edges on that leaf? That is exactly what we're looking for. So you don't necessarily have to have such a thick like mat like this. It was just the one that we have here in the craft room. So now we have our leaves, all right? Let me roll this over. Okay. When it comes to rolling, your leaves just like what we've been doing. I love to be like as unnatural as possible. I don't want everything to look exactly the same. Is this on?
I believe so.
Okay. I just want to make sure that your hot glue gun is on because the assembly, once we get to like after the rolling, the assembly is really easy, okay? So we are going to take the score line. There's going to be this like score line that's right here. And I don't like to make very thick creases. I just want to do something, you know, you're not going to really like break the fibers in this, okay? Then I generally like to work with a larger one only because it's quicker and I'm not very patient. And all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll my paper. We're gonna go this way. Sometimes I'll like flip it over and I'll roll this way, flip it back over, maybe every other one, flip it back over. We're just gonna make this look like a normal leaf that you would see in the forest. They're not gonna look all the same, okay? Like, look at that. That looks like from all different angles, it's like flowing, looks so good. Okay, then with your mint green leaves, same thing. You just want to give it some movement, okay? And because we haven't broken the fibers, but we have just kind of bent them up a little bit so they'll free flow. When we get to the actual gluing of your wreath, they're gonna wanna move in a more natural spot when we go to assemble this. So don't worry about things looking kind of weird. I know, we got a plate full of weird looking leaves, but it all comes together. And that's the coolest thing about cardstock. It's truly the reason why I love being a cardstock crafter is I can take flat cardstock and make the coolest projects. And really it's not a break the bank. You don't have to have expensive blanks. Like vinyl crafting is not for me because you have to like have a cup and that cup sometimes could be 20 bucks. You know, you would need like a t-shirt for HTV. And if you mess up on your HTV press, then you're out your blank for that. I mean, realistically, a sheet of cardstock, less than $1 per sheet, and you can make some really, really cool things with just a really affordable piece of cardstock. You just want to give it some life, all right? We're not. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at this leaf. We went from flat to it's like my son just gave this to me. He was like, "Here, Mom, I picked you a leaf, all right?"
Yay!
Oops.
Your hot glue gun's ready to go. That
hot glue is ready to go. We have all of our leaves done.
Boom.
Whew. I'm sweating. All right.
You're working. Look at all these leaves ready to go.
Okay, so if you wanted to do like a hanger situation, okay, you want to just take and put some ribbon over the top. I did not do any type of ribbon on mine because I actually just had mine like hanging on like a corner of a chair. So if you wanted to do some type of ribbon to hang this like as your door, what you would want to do is unscrew your ribbon, or I'm sorry, your outer hoop, put your ribbon like this, like hang it up, and then you're gonna put this back together. Realistically, if you wanted to, you actually really only needed one of these hoops. So you could actually make two.
That's true. That is so true.
Okay, so with your hot glue plugged in, your hot glue gun hot and ready to go. This is an MGL1, so it's cordless, which is amazing. What generally I like to do is I like to just do a few, this is called dry fitting, is what I like to say. We are not gluing, we're just kind of moving things around. The very first layer, I kind of want to cover the wood, the wood embroidery hoop.
This is like your little test drive.
Yeah, so I kind of like the feel of this. And I'm sure everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is not cute at all. And to be honest with you, it probably isn't that cute, but I like it for right now, okay?
Yeah.
So with it being dry fit, I'm just gonna take a little bit of, I really like how smooth your trigger is. Okay, we're gonna just put a little bit of glue. I zoomed in on my head. All right, a little bit of glue, just like that. Then we are gonna do the same. I'm gonna go down the middle of the leaf, just like that. And then we are going to just put that onto the hoop, okay? Doing the same thing. And I only want to do the middle because I want eventually, I'm hoping that everything is going to start interworking and playing with each other eventually. This one, I think I need to just put some glue on the hoop itself because I fear that I'm going to burn my fingertips on that small little stem.
Y'all, don't be scared of the glue gun. It is literally my fave.
And
if you don't have one later on in the show, I'll share with you how you can get one.
Look at that. And actually, your temperature, your glue gun.
Yeah, we like it.
All right. Okay. Doing a little bit down the middle. And we're going to lay it down. Doing the same with this. Awesome possum. We are almost done assembling. Okay.
Boom.
Now what I'm going to do is kind of dry fit again, all right? And notice that some of my leaves aren't going in the same direction. I'm going to make sure that this is just a natural thing, okay? I'm going to start interworking some of these leaves into my other leaf because in nature, that's how it kind of looks, right? This is looking so good. All right, I'm just going to do these. I'm going to keep my hand down. I kind of like the placement of this, so I'm going to keep my hand down. Just put a little bit of glue on my stem, and I'm going to lay it down. You don't need a whole lot of glue because when we finish this up, if you notice that there's like a piece that's like not stuck down, you can just tack it down with a little bit of glue. But I don't want to do too much because I want to be able to play around with the leaves. All right. This one right here. Like that. All right. Oop, I need like a bigger one.
Ooh.
Yes, we're gonna put this one kind of like over here.
So good.
And the great part about this is I don't think anyone's wreath is gonna look exactly the same,
No.
but it's all going to look beautiful.
Yes, and because of these green colors, I mean, they come together so well, so well.
All right, so we are done with the assembly process. And this, I love, looks so good. But if we remember correctly, all right, this is what we had the beginning. They look similar, right? The same type of leaves were cut here, the same size.
Crazy.
Assembly is different. Both of them still look absolutely amazing. Look
amazing.
At these projects.
Wait, did you just
so
make the
good.
right one?
Yeah, I made the right one.
Oh, I love it.
They look so good.
So good.
So good.
So good. I will say, love it.
I
Let's go
absolutely
overhead.
adore this project. And y'all, you don't have to have this big of a frame,
No.
but this big of a frame makes it look luxurious.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a pretty large frame, but what I love most about this project is the texture. So what we're actually doing is each of these flowers are drawn with the Cricut, cut with the Cricut. We don't have to do none of that.
Nope.
And then the Cricut cuts our yellowish rectangle. The Cricut cuts this beautiful ripped edge. I mean, it literally looks like your boy ripped these edges up, but he didn't
But
do
like
none of that.
perfectly ripped on.
Perfectly ripped edges, y'all, right? Ooh, ooh, ooh. But the Cricuts go do that as well. And then this last layer right here, the Cricut will end up cutting it too. So I have some tips, I have some tricks. What I wanna say, supply-wise, everything you see on the table is what you need. You need a frame, so this is your frame. You need your Cricut mat, which we love. Then we have some jute twine, love. You are gonna need a Cricut pin. Now, depending on your Cricut is the pin that you will need. We are using the Explorer 5, their latest edition pin. So we'll be using probably this side, I think. Actually, maybe this side, the marker side, I think.
I would do fine tip.
But look at how
Yeah, I know I would still do fine tip.
we'll do a good comparison because I love a good like fine tip as well. So super, super cool. You can kind of see the difference. This right here is their new update. I have a video coming out talking about my new thoughts on the pin system. Not a huge fan. This is the old traditional ones. So if you ever wanted to do these, this is here. This is also a 0.4, so it'll match our 0.4 here. But this is what they used to look like. So if you have a legacy machine, anything before the 5 line, this is what you need. So super simple. You would not think that Cricut could cut the edges. I know, but it did such a great job. I'm so excited to show you. So mat, jute, frame, and then the cardstock from the paper bundle, which we talked about right before we went live. We have one sheet of white. We have this light blue. We have the off-white and then the yellow. So love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, the pins are a little fatter. And I think they're just making them like different.
Yeah.
So that you can only fit these in.
Yeah.
So more on that YouTube video coming out soon. So super cool. Not a lot of supplies. Like truly, truly not a lot of supplies. You will need an adhesive. So we have on our table the art glitter. You could use dry adhesive. You could use this one, anything that you want.
You can also use hot glue on this too.
Easy, easy. Any adhesive you want. I don't think there's any right or wrong when it comes to that. So if you're ready, I do want to give you kind of like a word of advice. So when you pick your frames, all frames are not made equal. I love how this one looks with the like edge, like the mat.
The matting.
Yeah, the matting is really good. So what you would do is you want to grab your tape measure.
There's one right here behind the little Cricut thing.
Thank you. So you want to grab your tape measure and you just want to measure from here to here. So you have like 7.5 by 9.5. So 7.5 by 9.5 is what we call the working area. All right. What we will do is we will make ours just a little bit wider so that it looks seamless. From there, we will build everything in, like build it in from there. All right. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and head over to Cricut Design Space. Now, when you get your file link that is available, you will click download project files here or click the link Sadie's dropped. You'll select your Craft Week project file folder. It will unzip. Once you open, what day are we at? We are at day 1.
Day 1.
Woohoo! Project number 2, which is our amazing Cricut pin wall art. So open this one up. You are going to have the SVG, which is the flowers that are monolined that we're going to work with. Spoiler alert, there's some training for that one. Then you also get your torn paper. So we need to upload those. So let's go over to Cricut. We are going to first, let's go ahead and get our base out of the way. So this base is 7.75 by 9.75. So again, we've added like 1/4 of an inch to all of this. So you will just go to shapes. You will go and grab a square and we're gonna do the same thing. If you've never trained with me, I love to have the finished project on the canvas on the left side so that as we build, you see where we're going. I like to know where I am going when I'm building in Design Space. I think more people would have more success if they would reference like our videos more often or anything like that instead of just trying to willy-nilly do stuff.
Or actually taking a screenshot of your inspiration photo and putting it in Design Space and building from there. That's a very pro tip.
Yes. So the height is 7.75. The height is, or that was the width. The height is 9.75.
So one thing is very important to note here. If you have a regular picture frame without a mat, you're gonna have to make this base layer pretty much the size of your picture frame.
Yes.
And it is fine for you all to do this without a mat.
100%.
If you do have a picture frame with a mat, make sure, like Tanner did, measure the inside, add 1/4 inch to the sides for working area.
Yep. There are so many adhesives. We could do a whole segment just on adhesive because it is crazy, the market and like everything happening. But we're gonna have to hold that conversation for later. So we're gonna go ahead and put this to be off-white. I love to color coordinate as I build my projects out. It just makes it so much easier, guys. So take that extra step. Next, we're gonna go to upload and we're gonna go upload image. We are actually gonna come down here and we're going to go to Finder. And now we're going to drop the torn paper. All right, it'll come in like this. We'll fix it. And then we'll click upload. All right, now what you're gonna do, I'm just gonna rotate it 90. And then we're going to size it and change the colors. So you can see, I love, if you all have not worked in Cricut lately, these new grids and these are just very, very helpful. I'm trying to see how big I want this to be. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. And again, you can close this down. You can zoom this back. You can always reference. You can see this one looks like I could drag it just a tad to make it look more fitting. And then boom. So that's kind of what we're working with for this one. Very similar, perfect, perfect. I'll zoom back in.
This is also a good one that you can unlock the size aspect ratio and stretch it if you need to.
Yeah, so feel free to do any of that. We're going to change it to this light blue just to keep it moving. Then we're going to pick what is our actual rectangle size. So you want to go grab another rectangle, or excuse me, another square, and we're going to turn it into a rectangle. And this is where it's going to actually work from, all right? So we can just come here. We can kind of mess around with it like so. Feel free to unlock it so that, you know, you can do a little bit more if you want. And you can kind of see what's happening in this regard. So once we line this up here, you can see, like, do I like that, right? I'm looking and I'm like, you know, like maybe I actually want the background to be a little bit larger. And then this is a great time to where I could do that and be like, okay, do I need to continue moving it around? What do I think? I think it needs to be a little bit wider, maybe a little bit longer, and then have it reset. I love, like, this is a great project to play around with the grids. So good. So then you just want to continue building and kind of decide, is this working? Is it not? Do I need this bigger? Do I need it smaller? Currently, this is 4.5 by 6.18, and this is 4.74 by 6.36. So anywhere in that vicinity will be good. I could make this a little wider. And then maybe make this a little longer. Beautiful. I like having this. And then you can kind of decide, like, is this working? Do you want to make the rip bigger, smaller, anything like that? So, really cool. From there, what we are going to do is we need to go to upload again, and we're going to upload image to our amazing monoline and offset flower bouquet. All right. Woohoo. So good. So we're going to upload our second file. Again, if you're a free ticket holder, you need to collect your files each day during the live show. After 24 hours, this day goes to the member-only vault. So you either have all access pass or a membership to get access to that. So we click upload. Here is what the file is going to come in at. Do not worry. This file is designed to be for drawing. But as you all already know, Cricut doesn't know what it doesn't know. So we have to first size it. Don't worry that, you know, some of it looks pink or anything like that. Very irrelevant for now. What we're working with is just getting it where we want it to be. And then we're going to zoom in, because this is where the opportunity to learn is coming from. So this file is designed to be set up for drawing. So when you see this being, you know, this, it's not going to look like that, all right? If you've never used pens like Joy, we want to show you how to do it well, so pay attention. This file is already grouped and attached here. It has all of these
Not
here.
attached, just grouped.
Correct. Sorry, thank you. Grouped, not attached. So it's all here, okay? So we want to open it up. Eva, you are so true. I'm multitasking. Yes, okay, you're all ears. Perfect. That's what I needed to hear. We are going to work, and right now the Cricut thinks we want to cut these out, and honey, that is far from the truth.
Far from it.
Far from it. Now, you may say, Tanner, well, great, just go.
Don't do it with everything selected.
Well, I want to show them what it does.
Okay,
Because
cool.
some people would be like, oh, just take it and go through and just say, okay, perfect.
Oh.
Honey bun, This is telling everything. So what we are doing is we are giving, not only is it drawing, but it's also going to do an offset. So let's look, just so that you all are like picking up what I'm putting down. These are all individual. This is a bouquet. We are going to tie it together, glue it on. It's going to be so cute.
And honestly, having it all separate like this, we did it for a reason,
and
it is to give you that 3D art effect,
So good. Okay, so back to Cricut. So if you select this and just go to pin, draw, blah, blah, this is what it'll look like. Nobody wants that, all right? That doesn't even look like a flower. Undo, back here. What we are going to do is we're gonna rinse and repeat for each flower. We're gonna select one flower, and then we're gonna hold Command, and we're gonna select the offset behind. Now, once it is selected, well, first we're just gonna select the flower. Sorry. We wanna move it from basic cut to pin. Okay, let's go draw now. Now we need to, while it's selected, hold down the offset here, and we need to select attach. Now what I like to do is after it's attached, I want to select the offset and move it to white. All right. Why do you want to change that color? Well, first of all, we never wanted that color. We want it white. But I like having it because look, if we wonder, is it attached and is the pin there? Well, yeah, it's white. So now we're gonna watch all of these others transform. So look, it's super simple. Select your next flower, basic cut to pin, beautiful. Now we're going to select the next layer, which is the offset, change this to white, holding Command, select the flower, draw, and the offset, and then we're going to select attach. Now we can even reference our work and be like, okay, look, we have 2 attaches here. Boom, boom. The paper clip represents the attach. Yes, Sarah, aha, yes. Next flower, beautiful. Move from basic cut to pin. Now select the offset, move it to white, beautiful. Now, holding Command, select both. They're both selected. We click attach. We now see 3 paper clips. That means it's working. Next flower, we go to draw. Then we go to behind. We change to white. We now hold Command. 2 layers are selected. We press attach. Put "that's awesome" in the chat if you're learning something today. Next flower, change from basic cut to pin. Select the offset, change to white. Now, hold Command. Both are selected. We press attach. We now have how many paper clips? 5 paper clips. If you haven't picked it up yet, this is the last time I'm teaching it. So, if you're trying to multitask, final call. You select your flower. We go to pin. We go to the offset. We go to white. We then want to select both. And last thing, we click attach. Woohoo! Yes!
We did it!
Woohoo, woohoo! So good. And the reason this is so important is because I want you to love drawing with your Cricut. And this project makes it so easy to draw with your Cricut. Woo!
Yes.
Okay, so we've built this. They both look beautiful.
You can change the color pins. We did have a friend say, that's awesome. You can even change the colors. You can if you want to.
You can change the color, or honey, you can just put a different color pin in.
You can just put it in physically.
So either way, perfect, perfect. I'm going to delete what I just built because you guys caught my drift. Now we have all of this here. This is all attached. This is what your layers should look like. You should have all of your attached layers. You should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flowers attached. You should have a yellow layer. You should have the torn layer. And you should have the off-white layer. Boom, 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 boom. Kay says, it would be nice if you could copy the formatting so you don't do that numerous times. Kay, Cricut isn't designed that way. It is very much like we are in charge of telling Cricut what to do. So I want you all to understand that you are the engineer. Cricut is the, the machine. So you are responsible for making sure that your canvas and your layers panel is always set up, and you are responsible for that. If you are not getting the results that you want with your Cricut machine, you first need to find where you are not being the engineer and taking responsibility. It is our responsibility to tell Cricut what to do. All right? Now, we can always check our work before we do it. So let's click Make It. Once we do that, here at Makers Learn, I teach people to always cut on the mat. I don't use any of their other things. They're expensive. Smart Material is expensive. Cutting without a mat is expensive and, in my opinion, extremely wasteful. Now, this is where we check our work. This looks exactly what I want it to look like. All right? That looks so good. Lauren.
All the flowers are attached to the offsets beautifully,
so
like
good.
they should.
This layer, let me zoom out, looks just like it should.
Just like it should.
The yellow layer looks perfect. And my torn layer looks perfect.
Love it. I just now thought
So
you
good.
might need some
What do you think?
a glue tape to glue your layers together.
Yeah,
A tape
that would be
runner.
great. That'd be perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with mat 1. Yay, that was so easy. Yes, Wanda, we
So
love
much
it.
easier than it
So
looks.
much easier, so much easier. Can you use different types of flowers? Sure. So we're gonna press continue. We're gonna click medium cardstock. It's giving us instruction on loading the pen. So here's what it's gonna say. You can use the pen that came with your machine, which is what we're using. It's giving us a new symbol. So it's giving us a new symbol, but I don't know where the symbol would be on the pen. Do you see this new symbol? Where on here is that symbol? Oh, I guess it says or. So it says or. So if you notice, there's no symbol on this pen. Sadie, if we can go overhead real fast. There's no symbol like it's describing on this pen, so it says or. So it gives a symbol that it's either that or this, all right? Love it, love it, love it. So what we're gonna do is we're using the 0.4 tip, all right? I like to have it all ready, don't wanna lose my cap. Now what we'll do is we'll press Got It on Cricut. It is asking us to snap the black 0.4 pin in the pin holder. So come over to my Cricut, my friend. Hello, Cricut camera. So this is clamp B. This is they call it the pin holder because the only thing this clamp can do now
is hold a pin.
Is hold a pin.
And
no
the only thing that
scoring.
clamp can do is hold a very specific pin.
Yeah, so look, we just take it and we just place it. It doesn't.
It should snap.
It's snapped in. There it is.
Because the old ones don't snap, or the old ones won't snap in.
Yeah. So like you can tell, like if you can't pull it out and you heard the noise, it's snapped in. Now, what we're going to do is now prepare our first mat. So we want to grab our white sheet of cardstock. Beautiful. And like this sheet, I mean, you're gonna have extra cardstock. So if you grab the paper pack, you're gonna have extra cardstock. You can grab, oh, I already have the tool out. This is my favorite. This is my favorite tool working with any material. I love it. Vinyl, cardstock, HTV, whatever. This is my favorite. So once we have it here, love it. Can't pick up my mat. Okay, so here's the crazy part. With this new machine, there's no load button.
I know.
I really miss it.
I do too.
So as soon as you press the play button, it starts cutting. It loads it and cuts it all at once, which is crazy. So boom. So it drawed, and now it says remove the pin. So it's interesting, Lauren. It wants us to take this pin all the way out before cutting, which I thought was cool. So we're gonna pop this out. We're gonna put the lid on it, on the cap, and now we're just gonna press that play button again, and it's gonna cut. Okay, guys, look. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so we're gonna do exactly what Ashley taught you. Boom. So look, now the reason we go with gravity, number one in this project, it safeguards this, yes. But here's what I want you to see. We have saved this entire piece of paper.
Oh yeah.
It did not curl, it's perfect. So like I'm saving this for another project, like sending this over to the side, okay? Now what I like to do with these, people snap their mat a lot, so like I do say you need to be verified. You know, you gotta
know how far to snap and how when to stop.
So don't, I'm not buying you a mat if you do this and snap a mat. It's the cost to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just have my little scraper here. Perfecto. Ooh, perfect.
Love.
So good. Okay, so fun. So fun. So we have all of our flowers here. Now we're going on to mat 2, which is this off-white. So we're just go grab this here, put this on the mat. And y'all, the rest of this project, I mean, you're pros. You are just pros. So don't even worry about it. Like, it's gonna be so fun. So good, so good, so good.
So we're just doing the ivory layer now.
Yep, this is the very last layer. And we just want to tell it medium cardstock. And then we can press play. Next mat is our yellow mat. Beautiful. This is the insert, and then we'll do our torn paper. So good, so good. Perfect. Oh, Karen, congratulations. And then we'll go medium cardstock, press the play button. I mean, y'all, so good. I've been really vibing with my Maker 4.
Yeah. If you want my honest
great.
opinion, I'm going to go for a Maker Series machine probably over any other series.
For sure. We don't like to be held back. So we're going to save this for something we're about to talk about. So good. Okay. And then here's all our layers, guys. We did it. Okay. So we're going to take some either wet or dry adhesive, whatever you want. We are going to pretty much, this is our formula, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right. So we're going to start with the torn paper, which, by the way, let's just give the torn paper a moment. Cricket. Thank you.
Look at that. Beautiful torn edges.
That is so fun.
Who would have ever thought we would say beautiful torn, beautiful
not
torn
me,
edges?
Not me. That is so fun. So what we're going to do now is we can grab our Easy Runner. This Easy Runner has been really growing on me, guys. And this specific one, the Ultra Permanent, I can already tell. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Okay, so you just want to position this here. Don't want this down here. I think I do. So we just want to lay that down in here. Then we're going to do this one. And again, use whatever adhesive you want. I love a good draw adhesive though. I'm a stickler. Okay, so this is here. Now, here is what we're going to do. I want you to have an example, because I practice what I preach here. We'll take an example. I want to make it where you can see. Okay, perfect. What I'm going to do is put it here so there's not too much glare. And then I'm just going to work on building my own little flower patch, essentially. So I'm going to take all my flowers, and like this one is kind of like your center, okay? This one's over to your edge, right? Then you just want to kind of fill in.
So just as a rule of thumb, for those of you who may not have something to reference back to, you will have this video, obviously. You have this video.
Photo. Take a screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the larger flowers, the longer ones, are the 3 that are meant to be in the back.
Yes.
And the shorter ones are the ones that are in the front.
Yep. So good. Oh my goodness. So, just want to position this here. Just want to make sure I have them like little quick test drive. Beautiful. So they go in the back, and then these come in, and you'll essentially just kind of lay them however they want to go. Beautiful. This one will go over here, and this one will kind of go over to this side. So that is how that will go. What I'm going to do is get some jute, and I'm trying to see like how I want to do this exactly, because I want it to be able to like pop up off the page. So what you could do, if you want to do this like the most organic way, you could take all of these and just kind of line them out, right? Because they're all positioned here. And then after you glue it, you can like finish kind of like separating them and things like that. So
is the hot glue gun on?
My hot glue gun. This is our Maker's Learn hot glue gun. It's not on right now, but all you do is hold it down and it will turn on red. When it's ready to go, it'll beep one time and it'll be green. So we're going to actually use that here in a moment. So we'll see how long it takes to warm up. We're going to grab a little bit of this jute, and then what
those scissors are not great.
I'm like, these scissors gotta go. But what we're going to do is kind of like wrap it a little bit. So I'm going to wrap it a time or two, like so. And then what we're going to do is kind of tie it here. So you can see, I'm just wondering if I should glue it a little bit first.
So what I would probably do is I would probably lay the jute out straight, put a little pop of glue like in the middle, and then put my middle flower there, and then start stacking my flowers on top of that.
And then tie it at the very end.
And then tie it at the end.
What a hack. What a hack. Love it. But you would go ahead and glue this down, you think?
I would, the reason that I said I would start in the middle is that way you can wrap one side or the other and still have string to tie it together. Yeah. So if you lay it out straight, find the middle of your jute, put that middle flower in with a little bit of glue, and then just build those next two long ones to the side.
Yeah, I need another hot glue gun stick.
Down at the floor.
Down on my floor. Beautiful.
Did you show them that comes with a bag
of? Oh my gosh,
of?
yeah, it'll come when I share with you all our secret. If you are able to get one of our amazing Maker's Learn hot glue guns, you will get a whole bag of 20 sticks and a charger. So we're just gonna have this loaded in here. Lauren, do you want to come demo your idea here? Because I want you to show me exactly. People are saying, cool tip, Lauren. Exactly. Okay.
Gladly.
Period.
So here is what I would do.
Period.
I would, so we have our, let's get this right here.
Our hot glue gun's not ready yet.
Okay, beautiful. That's fine. That's even better.
3 big flowers.
Yes, I would start here in the middle because this is the one we're doing in the middle.
Yep.
Kind of just pop that one there. And then you'll see we'll just add one little glue dot on top of each one to give it a little bit of dimension.
So good.
And then we'll just keep building.
So good.
Here. And then we'll keep adding that glue dot. So.
Love it.
That was my thoughts at least.
Love. I think like Lauren, let's go Colette. So good. It's not beeped yet. Oh, but it's already kind of, perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't take very much.
So good. Less strings when it's all the way hot.
Yeah, it is. But, you know,
Lauren's
I'm
waiting.
impatient.
So good. Sue, we don't have our glass board. We didn't have it for the last project because we had the other board out. We'll add it back for our next class.
Okay.
We do love our glass board too.
And then...
There we go. And look, no strings with a good turn. Look at you. Ooh.
There.
Love it. And what I love most is like after you're done, you can cover up any hot glue with just wrapping that additional jute. Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So fun.
This to me just is going to give it, feels like it's going to give it dimension.
And the hot glue gives you like some working time.
It does give you some working time. It really does.
Yeah. And then our 3 little guys.
I think I want to do this guy kind of more over here because he's a little bit bigger.
He's a big dog.
And you can even kind of off-center it. You see how I didn't do like fully center there? Yeah. We're just going to off-center it just a little bit.
Beautiful.
About right there will be good. Then we'll do our little baby one in the middle.
Beautiful.
Boom. And then we'll do our last one right here. And now I can get rid of all of my little fuzzies.
Yep.
And then what I would do from here,
wrap it a time or two,
is we'll just wrap it this way once or twice. Then we'll come this way once or twice. I actually think I'm going to go this way one more time.
Yep.
Like this. And then we can come in here and actually do a cute little bow. And we can tie the bow down.
Period.
After we have done this.
Nails and all, Lauren. Loving the nails naturally. Love you, Seth.
Thanks.
This could be literally, guys, full stop. Just do this part of the project and put it on a Mother's Day card.
Literally on the front of a
100%
card.
The front of the card.
Look at that. That's the front of your
Look at
card
that.
right there.
Boom.
Look at that dimension.
Boom, boom, boom.
You could even, if you really wanted to, you could curl some of these up and back.
Totally.
Anyway, just play around with this.
Yeah. And then once you're ready, we'll just glue it on.
Yep. Once you're ready, I would probably cut
Yeah,
this guy.
trim this off a little.
This bow is not my best work, guys. Please don't judge me based on this bow.
Oh, it looks good. What are you talking about?
And then
Give it a little love. Give it a little love. Beauty. Period.
boop.
Boop. Beep boop.
There you go.
Beep, boop. Guys, look at this. Oh my goodness. So fun. So fun. Both of these are so good. I mean, imagine just this as a card, just like a smaller yellow. So incredible. So incredible. Okay, this isn't just so fun. So fun. What a great project, y'all. So fun. Okay.
So what you're going to do is make sure that you have your project to day 2 files loaded in onto your computer. Now, before we get started, what we want to do is we want to install the MGL font because we are going to be using an MGL font for today's personalization part. So we are going to double click on the MGL font. And we have this right here. All you're gonna do is press install.
What's the name of this font?
This is called MGL Dreamer.
Dreamer. Dreamer's
And
a good one.
One thing, I know no one has asked this in the comments, but I actually watched a video recently because did you know that there's a difference between OTF fonts and TTF fonts?
Yeah, open typeface font and then a true typeface font.
Yeah, but see, here's the deal is that who can remember all of that? So this is how I know which ones we should be downloading. This one says open the font. OTF, open the font. The other one is TTF, meaning trash the font.
Oh,
Yeah. So I remember now because I'm like, oh my gosh, open the font. All right. So we're just going to press install and it should automatically pull up. I don't know why it did that one, MGL Cruise, but just to make sure, let's make sure it's in there. Yep, Dreamer is right in there. Okay, now what you want to do is if you already have Cricut Design Space open, which I'm sure you did because we created that Orchid project together, what I want you to do is come over here into View and you are going to do a force reload. What ends up happening is your Cricut Design Space will look like this. It starts to redo and reload stuff. The reason why you need to do that is so that we're going to be able to locate that font. Unfortunately, if you don't do that step, it won't load up when we go do our personalizations. All right, so now we get to do the fun part, which is going to come over here into upload and then upload image. Then what we're going to do is we are going to insert, we are going to insert that SVG file right here. And the cool thing about this SVG file is there ain't much that we're going to have to do to it besides a little bit of customizations, okay? So once we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to press continue. You can rename this if you want up here, or you can just press upload. Now, I would always like to note that when SVG files or even your PNG files get loaded into Cricut Design Space, it kind of looks a little blurry, but don't worry, it's not gonna be blurry when you go and cut this out. So we're just gonna press upload, and it should magically appear into Cricut Design Space. We are going to, this is a actually fairly important step, is we are going to take a measurement of our shadow box.
And we're back.
Okay, here we go.
Batteries are back in.
I did also forget to mention what color cardstock we're using for today's project. It's gonna look a little bit different than what you see on the screen. That's okay, because we're going to customize the SVG file to pull from all of the cardstock that was in your Cardstock Craft Week variety pack, okay? So, by only taking, we're gonna work with the shadow box right now. What you wanna do is make sure that you take a measurement of the inside of your lip that's right here from here to here. It's actually really important. This right here, I believe they sell this as a 10-inch. Let me just double check. This is sold as a, I think they sell this as an 11-inch frame, but you can see that we are not even close to 11 inches. So if you go off based on what size you bought for the frame, chances are when you go and cut this out and try and stick it in here, it's not gonna work, okay? So what I want you to do is take this backer portion out of your shadow box. You can measure this portion of your, this backer portion, or you can also measure in here as well, just to make sure. All we're gonna do is do 10 inches. So 10 inches for everything. And we got square shadow boxes, so it should just be 10 inches on all sides. Okay?
Measure twice. My way of saying it is measure twice, cuss once. Tanner is measure twice, cut once, but he don't cuss. I do.
Sometimes he does a little bit. Sometimes it's a rare thing, but
He's gonna be real mad.
yeah, he does. But nothing in crafting makes him that mad. But
No.
yes, so we have a 10-inch thing. I created one before, and I created one smaller too. So this one right here was like 8 inches. So if you have a smaller shadow box, it's totally okay. Just make sure and double measure, okay? Because I don't want you making the wrong size. Mm-hmm. All right, so when it comes to the cardstock that I'm gonna be using, this is the cardstock that was in your Craft Week variety pack. We have white, lavender, purple, grape purple, then we have grape purple, plain cardstock, and then lilac for your plain cardstock. So we have quite a bit of different variations of cardstock in here. Looking so good. Okay, so going over into Cricut Design Space, let me just shut this real quick. We are going to resize this before we do any type of personalizations. So we have, for mine, it was 10 inches, so I'm gonna make sure and do right here and do 10 inches for the width, and also for, not 108, we're gonna do 10 inches. Come on, there we go, 10 inches. Somebody in here says, does it have to be square? I have an 8x10. Use what you have on hand. If you have an 8x10 frame, all you would want to do is make sure and unlock your proportions. When you do that, however, your proportions are going to be a little bit off. Mm-hmm. We've created this to be a square, but just to show you what it would look like as a rectangle, this is how it would look. So you can do it, it's definitely optional, but a square would be wonderful as well.
Right.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are gonna right click and we are gonna press ungroup on this. And what I wanna do first is I wanna actually create the syncing the colors, because right now we have all of these shades of purple, and then we don't have a white in here. And I kind of think that we need the white.
I will grab it.
No, I have it. No,
Okay.
but I'm saying on the screen, we don't have white on the screen.
That's it on the screen.
Okay, so for the first one we have is white, or at least I'm gonna create a white one. So I'm gonna click on this one right here, and I'm gonna come over here to this like purple swatch, and I'm gonna change it to white. And one thing that I also wanna do too is I'm gonna right click on this and I'm gonna rename this layer. Has anyone ever done this before? I need to know, has anyone ever renamed their layers?
Renaming layers, I love it when I have a lot going on, especially with shadow boxes, so that I can keep my like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I know where they stack.
Yeah.
That's key to a shadow box.
So the very next layer, which is going to be the second one, I want that to be my lavender glitter. Just double checking to make sure. Yep, I want that to be my lavender glitter cardstock. So I'm gonna select the second layer, right click, and I'm gonna rename this.
We have a lot of people that are saying yes, they love changing the names. Some people forget about it, some people say no.
Oh, that's okay. All right, and then the next layer, the third layer, I am gonna click on that. I want that to be grape, so I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna change this over to grape. And we're gonna do the same thing, keep going down. We got grape, this one is going to be lilac, smooth. And then we have right click. This next one is going to be, grape purple. All right, and then this one right here, the very back, should be purple glitter. Awesome. So now at this point, what we want to do is a little bit of customizations, and that is going to be putting a name in this little rectangle right here. So all you want to do is come over here into the text box, and you can add in any name or word or anything you want. So we are going to just put in my name because I like my name. And once you're done with that, what you want to do is come over here into this Cricut Sans box. We're going to change over the change over the font. So by clicking that, a new box is going to pop up, and you're going to come over here into system fonts. The reason why we want to use the system fonts is because we just downloaded that new font into our computer, and so we're going to now use it. So we're going to come over here into system, and we are going to either search up, you can search up Dreamer or you can search up MGL. It should pop up for either or. Once you find it, what you want to do is just click on it. Now at this point in time, what you can do is you can recolor this to match any of the colors that you have on your screen now. However, I would strongly suggest that you don't choose white because it's probably going to blend together too much and you won't be able to see it.
Yes.
So choose one of these backer ones that's right here. Honestly, the world's your oyster. Or you can even, if you want to do, and you have like a different color, like if you want to throw in some pink in here, you totally can do that too. Just I wouldn't do white. So I'm going to come over here into this black swatch, and let me do this lavender glitter right here. Same as what I have already cut out. So awesome. So at this point in time, we are going to click out, and we are going to drag this over into our butterfly. At this point, you can make this larger, you can make it smaller. To be honest with you, there's not like a size preference, one or the other, of how, like how big or how small you want to do this. Another thing that you can do, which I do like to do a little bit more customizations to if you want. Cricut was lagging there for a second.
It's been doing that just like randomly, but then it will be super smooth.
How do you feel with the dot of an eye so you make sure you don't lose it when you cut it? I leave my dot of my eye actually on my Cricut mat because and then I'll just like set my Cricut mat aside and then start using a different Cricut mat because I don't want to lose the dot of my eye.
Now, another good thing, if you do have a dot of an eye and you want it to overhang, you could always add an offset layer to this and it would still be beautiful.
Oh yeah, and I will show you how to do that too. That's a good point. So let me change this over into, look at that. This font has little hearts for their dots of their eye. Oh, it's so cute. So we're gonna use the name Tristan just so I can show you how to do an offset. I'm personally not going to do an offset, but I'm gonna show you how you can do it. So by clicking on the name, what you want to do is come over here into edit. And what I was going to show you is if you wanted to do a little bit of a curve before we decided to change the name, you could actually do some curves to it too, just to make, just to like change up how things are looking. But since we've decided that we are going to do, you could do both. You could do a curve and you can do an offset. But since we're going to do the offset now, what you want to do is you want to come down here into offset. Now let me, hold on here. I want to zoom in. Hold on.
You can't zoom in and you have to zoom in before you hit offset.
Okay. Yeah. So zooming in first, just so I can show you. All right. With the name selected, you want to come over here and press offset. This like blue line, it's easier to see right here and like honestly, it's easiest to see it right here.
Yeah.
Once you know what you're looking for, you kind of can see it all the way around, but right here, it's going to be the easiest to see. You can make this as large as you want or as small as you want. Okay.
This is really going to be the best if you do have a letter that like hangs off and you have like a dot of an eye. That offset is just going to give you a place to put that dot.
And you could honestly do it like this right now is 0.056 and you have still a fairly decent, oopsie, but that T isn't connected. So you would probably want to go like 0.66. We're going to go at 0.08. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but you're going to have to trust that there is no line in between here and here in the T. And also the I and the dot of the I, which actually the dot of the I, fun fact, is called a tittle.
Oh.
Somebody one time corrected me one time, and I've never been able to forget that ever. So
I wouldn't either. If somebody corrects me, I'm not going to forget.
I know. I'm like, okay, didn't know it was that important, but it is. So it's all connected here, okay, and then also here. So technically what you could do is make an offset. So this right here is going to be where we're going to place our new name. So what you can do now is you want to make sure that it's welded, and you're going to just press apply. All right, so for the people that want, maybe you want this also to be white, what you want to do is select your name, shift on the keyboard, and also this white piece right here. And you want to come down here and do, you actually don't even need to come down anymore. Their new update, you can do it right here. You can come over here and press weld. And now do you see how it's all welded together?
That offset is welded with that first white layer, which creates an actual place for you to put the name. Oh, beautiful.
Or you could do, let's say you wanted to do this as the lavender. If you wanted to do lavender and then this, you can go back to white.
Yeah.
To have even more layers. Like
That
you
would
could
be
even,
cute.
I'm gonna leave it just like this so I can show you how to layer white cardstock onto glitter cardstock. Okay, so essentially you are done, my friends. Design part is finished. So at this point in time, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna rename this again, just so can it will not let me rename it? It can rename this one, but it won't let me rename
The weld?
the weld.
But you unwelded it.
Yeah, the offset won't unweld, but this one will.
Interesting.
Okay, so with the name, what I want you to do is also weld this. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna press weld for that. That just removes, and let me zoom in and I'll restart that just so you can see. Right now you can see that there is these lines right here. If you leave that, when you go into cut, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna get some really weird cut lines in your font. So instead, by clicking on the font, if you come down here and press weld, you can see that all those lines disappear. That means that it's gonna cut your entire name perfectly out without any issues. All right, so everything is finished. We are going to save our work. Oops. Press save. And then we're going to come over here into the make screen. We're going to cut on a mat, press confirm. All right, so for this portion of the project, what you're also going to want to do is pull your cardstock in the order of what you see on this screen. So we have the white one here, and another cool little trick, which honestly, it really, remember yesterday when we did the wreath flower and we did some nesting things? This one right here, you're not gonna have a whole lot of, depending on the size, picture frame or shadow box that you got, to be honest with you. But there isn't gonna be a whole lot of scraps. However, if you wanted to, you could take your name and like nest it into this cutout. It obviously would be more beneficial if you had more scraps. I mean, you're really only gonna get less than 2 inches of scrap. So I probably wouldn't do it for something like this.
Yeah.
But for like an 8-inch, if you're doing like an 8-inch shadow box, I would do that. So what I want you to do is on my screen, the very first mat is going to be white. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull out your very first sheet of paper, which is white, okay? And we're just gonna set this over here, all right? Going back over into the Cricut, the second mat is going to be the glitter purple. So I'm gonna pull that and I'm gonna put that on top of the white stack of white cardstock. Then the next one, I'm just going to double check. The next one should be, let me see here. The next one is, I believe that's grape. They put me out of order.
I wish that they told you the layer's name.
Right.
Like on the make screen.
You would think.
Cricket, if you're watching, if there's a way that you can give us the layer's name on the make screen, that would be phenomenal.
That would be great. That would be great.
Because that way we can know when we go to change our papers out, which one it is.
I'm fairly certain that the next one's going to be grape glitter cardstock. So I'm going to put that on top of the purple, okay? The next one after that is going to be, this one looks like it is going to be the plain grape purple. Then the next one is going to be the lilac plain cardstock. I know this is like painfully slow because I want to make sure that we have it all lined up. And then this one is going to be the lavender glitter cardstock. So we have those right here lined up. Now what I like to do is now your last mat is on top, is I like to take this over and I'm going to turn it around. So now mat 1 is at the top of my stack, okay? So now what you want to do is you're going to grab your Cricut mat,
or 2 or 3.
or I love working with 2 Cricut mats at the same time. The most efficient ever.
Hold on, I think we need a
We need a brayer and we need a spatula. Please.
I shall get that.
Oh, yeah, I need a spatula. I don't like that one that's
Got them
inside the
both.
Cricut.
We were working with them earlier.
Okay.
They were exactly where we were working with them.
Yep. Awesome. So we are going to make sure that your Cricut mat, if you're using a not new Cricut mat, make sure that everything is cleaned off and there's no debris on your mat, because debris on your mat will equal a bad cut, okay? So I am not gonna cut all of my layers, only because I have them already cut out for me up here. However, I do wanna cut out the first, and I'm gonna cut out the first one, I'm gonna cut out this one, and I'm also gonna cut out number 6. So 1, 3, and 6, I'm gonna cut out, but you can cut out, what I want you to do is cut out all of them, okay? So starting it with mat 1, you wanna make sure that you're at mat 1, then at your stack of your whole stack of cardstock, you're gonna take the plain white cardstock and you're gonna put that onto your Cricut mat using a brayer. This one right here is not a very sticky mat, so you wanna make sure that you use a brayer just so your cardstock doesn't slide around on you, okay? Then what you're gonna do is on Cricut Design Space is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna press continue, and we're gonna use the medium cardstock setting. Now yesterday I did talk about settings, and with the new Cricut Explorer 2, they have 2 different medium cardstock setting. I would love for you to be using the medium cardstock setting for everything that we are doing here today. That is gonna be for your plain and for your glitter. There is one that says single pass cutting. Please do not choose that. I had terrible cuts on Friday at my house trying to get some cuts done because I was trying to be impatient. All right, we are gonna be using the same cardstock setting for all of the pieces of paper today. So we're gonna click remember material settings just so we don't have to do it again for the next mat. All right, so we have the mat 1 cutting. I love to be efficient. That is something that I just love to do. So I am going to pull out a second Cricut mat. Now, for you, I would want you to take your next sheet of paper on your stack and load that into mat 2, okay? For me, I am not gonna do that, and I'm gonna go down to the grape glitter, or nope, I'm gonna be doing grape plain cardstock. I'm gonna load that into the Cricut mat. Now this is a standard grip mat, and I am still using the brayer, and the reason for that is it is
that's a well-loved sticky mat.
She has been loved and not sticky, so using a brayer would definitely help that. So if your paper starts to slide around a little bit, use a brayer. And what is this leftovers? Did you cut something blue? This looks like plastic. It's not the cardstock, but there was something that was on this.
Is it the mat?
Maybe it was the mat, like it was like a plasticky shred or something. But anyways, we have a good cut. Looks really good. So we are gonna eject this, and You can go overhead. Okay, see, look at that nice little cut that's right here. Cut perfectly. Now for the one that was asking about these little dots, I am now going to leave this name right here, and I'm not gonna touch it until we're done cutting, okay? So I will probably find another Cricut mat just so I can still be using 2 Cricut mats. The reason for that is the last thing you wanna do is lose this stinky little heart, these 2 little hearts. Then nothing's worse than you have to go back and, you know, load in a whole nother cardstock piece for that. Okay, so I am going to find the mat that I need to cut, which I believe it's going to be this one.
Yes.
Is it this one?
Let me come over there and take a look.
I believe. I don't think so. I think it's going to be this one. No,
Oh, that one's that one.
Okay, so it is this one. We'll figure it out. If it ain't
Yeah.
it, I feel like it is.
Wait, what was the other one? That one or
That one. They look almost identical.
hold on.
We got scrambled.
We do.
Look, see, this one doesn't have a connection right here.
Aha. This one does.
Nope, right here.
This one does have a. Oh,
This is the one.
that's the one you need.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm
that's
right.
it.
I'm on.
Okay.
We're on the right one. We're here.
Beauty.
We're moving. We're grooving. All right. We're gonna go and we're gonna jump to mat 3, and we're going to put this in and press go. It's gonna start doing its thing. We do have another Cricut mat. Ooh, and this one's a good one. All right, so I'm gonna jump all the way to the very last one, which is going to be the lavender glitter cardstock, and I'm gonna load this into my Cricut mat.
Oh, we had a friend, Winifred, got on, I guess must have got on Design Space and looked at the medium cardstock setting for the old. It's 320 and 1 cut.
All right, so I have my last Cricut mat already cutting out, and I will show you how to glue the cardstock together for the name, but I'm just gonna clean off my Cricut mat and I'm gonna put this to the side. Now for you, if you're making this project with me, you just wanna keep cutting your cardstock in the order of which we stacked it in, and then once you run out, you're gonna have something that looks, sorry, I'm cleaning up my workstation too, something that's gonna look like this. And my name. Here we go. Awesome. So we have all of this is what you are gonna be left with. Now what I like to do is I'm gonna stack these up in the order of which we're gonna assemble too. So we have the white on top, lavender, grape. Let's see, I probably have this a little bit out of whack. Nope.
I think we're having how many pieces of paper is in the new pack is in the pack for the new course? Do you remember?
I believe it is 30 packs in the new course variety pack.
30 pieces. Mm-hmm. Love.
Okay. Yep. This is how we have it. So mine looks like this. So we have white here. We have lavender. We have grape smooth purple. We have grape glitter. Not entirely sure what happened here, but it's going to be hidden anyways. Then we have lilac, and then we have grape glitter or purple glitter. And again, we have some really weird cuts here, but that's okay because they're all going to be hidden at the very end. Awesome. So over at the Cricut, we are done cutting, so we can just eject this and bring this out. And then this is where you're gonna see all of that glitter cardstock. Zero shedding is amazing, woohoo!
Oh, love.
And then, so I'm gonna leave everything else because I really am only gonna be messing with the names just to show you how to glue the name together. So this is going to be the offset to your name. And then what we have to do is grab the plain cardstock. And I am going to take now, I'm gonna start taking off the cardstock, okay? Okay, I'm going to get my little spatula I'm going to be using this cardstock glue. I've actually really liked this glue. This is MGL's bottle, and for whatever reason, mine that I have at home has a metal tip and this one has a plastic tip. So I'm kind of confused on that application, but I do love the glue that's in there. It should just work just the same. Do you have a pen?
Yeah.
So like the one that I have with the metal tip
Oh,
has
you want like a...
yeah, like a little
Yes. A needle?
yes, that's what I'm
Gotcha.
talking about. Because my tip is a
Rocker.
little clogged at the very top. I can't get anything out of it. The one that I have at home is this exact bottle, but it came with a metal tip and it has like a needle that you put into it. Ooh, thanks.
I knew exactly where they were because I had to go find them for another glue video.
Awesome. Okay, so we are able to squeeze this out. Okay, I am going to start with the tea, and Tristan, I am going to only take up just the tea. I'm going to roll this over, and this particular glue, you do not need a whole bunch of glue. It does dry clear. I don't know, you can see that. I'm not going to put it like over here or anything. We are putting this in a shadow box, and so I'm not really worried about it like lifting off and like being pulled off because no one's going to touch it once it's down there. We really are just putting the glue on there just to tack it down. And we're going to do the whole name besides the dots or the tittles, the cute little hearts. Awesome. There's like a little slit right here in the R. So I just want to make sure that there's no extra cardstock. We're going to flip this over and I'm just going to glue just a little bit of glue down everywhere. Just like that. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. We don't need a whole lot of glue, okay? But we're going to put this onto the name. And I do especially like this glue just because it really adheres well onto glitter cardstock. So historically, gluing any type of anything onto glitter cardstock is kind of hard, but this glue seems to do really well. Now, the reason why I am going to do it this way versus before, what I was doing is I was taking the cutouts and I was putting glue on the cutouts and rolling it over. At this point in time, I'm not going to do that, okay? These right here, these small little hearts, they're going to be too hard for me to handle. I kind of have Flintstone fingers. So what I'm going to do now is I know this spot right here and this spot right here, that's where the heart's going to go, right? So I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to put a little dab in the spots where I know for sure that glue is going to go. So you can kind of see that there is like a little dot of glue there. It honestly looks like the cardstock, but it's not. They're just little dots of glue. Okay, now
Right there.
I'm going to use, you can use a reverse tweezers. You can use, I like to use a silicone wax tip pen to
We
pick up
have one.
my small little pieces.
Do you want it?
Yeah, if you want.
It's right here.
Ooh, easy to grab. I was wondering why you had that thing pulled out. Okay.
For you.
Yay! I never even opened that little caddy. I was just like, why is this here? Okay.
Well, I'll put it on the table for you.
Thank you. Lauren's so amazing. So Tanner loves these reverse tweezers, okay? And he picks up these small little pieces and he likes to, like, I don't know. He's easier at this. My brain can't seem to comprehend how to use these things, but I'm not having the greatest success trying to pick this up. He swears by these. However, I like a wax tip pen. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my piece of paper like this. Do you see how easy that was? There is a little heart right there. And I am just going to blop this right on that little glue dot that I did. I'm going to turn it around. There's this little picker up or placer tool. And I'm just going to place my cardstock down onto that dot of glue. Let me show you. So there's like a little bit of leftover glue right there. So I'm just going to pat my finger just to get rid of the glue. The glue will dry clear, but it's down in there. So my other heart is right here. So I'm just going to pick that up. See how easy that was to pick that small little thing up? I'll bring this up just so you can see. There is a little circle right there. So I'm just gonna place my cardstock down. It's not all the way down there yet. I am going to now turn my thing around and I'm just going to place this onto where I want it to go. Maneuver it. Once it's there, it's gonna be easier if you have your cardstock on your table. But once it's there, I'm just gonna push it down and push it into place. And now, there you go. You have a perfectly cute cutout that you can put onto your cardstock shadow box. So, how to assemble your shadow box is kind of like how we set up the stack for cutting, okay? But this time, instead of going from the first to the last, what I want you to do is go from last to first, okay? Heidi said, I never tried a wax tip pen. I'm gonna have to add that to my shopping list. Absolutely.
See if I can grab an Amazon link for that one.
It is so good. Okay, so we are gonna work from the last one to the first one, okay? So we have the last one already here. I'm gonna put my cardstock glue onto the second to the last layer. And I'm just gonna go all the way around. And then I'm gonna go here in the middle where the cutouts are. And that's all the glue I'm gonna use. If you want more glue here, you can. To be honest with you, I don't think you need it. But we are gonna add this onto the backer, making sure that everything is lined up, okay?
Oh, we both dropped one. Did mine even go through?
Yours did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if mine would since I was dropping the link. I
Awesome.
wasn't on the.
So now we're gonna come over here to the right. We're gonna pick this up and we're gonna do the same thing. We are going to add cardstock glue around the entire outside. And then I'm just gonna go around the inside cutouts. The reason why I love making shadow boxes is because there is like not that much effort and you end up getting something that looks absolutely amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lauren's orchid, I'm definitely gonna go home and I'm gonna make it myself when I get home. However, like this thing, I'm gonna be able to whip this up real quick. Like this is a quick, easy gift giving idea. So if you're like running out the door, you need something real quick, this is something that you definitely can do, whip it up.
Now, we also have people asking if you could put this together with foam dots or foam squares.
I love that.
You absolutely can. You just have to be careful, especially with the shadow box that we have linked. You kind of have to be careful about how thick and how many layers you get it, depending on what type of shadow box you have.
Correct.
Some shadow boxes, you can do super deep, thick layers. Some shadow boxes, like for this one, it has like a lip. And Ashley can show you the lip that you have to put it on in a little bit. You just have to be a little bit careful with the dimension with certain ones. So just check your frame or your shadow box.
I do love, you know, honestly, when it comes to doing shadow boxes, like doing mix between the like foam dots and also the glue is something that I love doing too.
I also like doing some layers sandwiched together and others with dimension.
Yep.
I like to switch it up. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't.
Just kind of like mixing it up,
Yes.
you know?
Like this would be great for the name to pop off.
I would actually, because, and that's what Lauren was saying, this lip that's right here, you only can make it so deep. You know what I mean? Like you only have this much to go off of, realistically. There's not that much, this little lip right here. However, the thing that's smaller in that, in the shadow box is going to be the name. So if you wanted the, yep. Oh, that would be great. And we can use the Tristan name. I don't need another one of these. All right, we are almost done gluing all of the pieces.
It went dead again? Yeah, it is.
Awesome. I'm gonna go all the way around here. Okay, flipping this over.
There may have been some accessories in there.
We're gonna layer this on here.
And we're back again.
Awesome. Okay, so for the very last layer, I'm just going to do it around the edges. I'm not going to do any on the inside ones because I don't want any of my cardstock glue to like ripple this plain cardstock. We're gonna add this on here. All right. So now for added dimension, Lauren has whipped up. She has her like Mr. Rogers pack over, or no, it's Mary Poppins. She has her Mary Poppins purse over there. And she brought me over some foam dots here. So if you wanted to add dimension, okay, because you only can get so thick. Let me just lay this into here just to show you.
Is it just a smidgen too big? Love that.
Do you have
know what? I have a solution.
Do you have a guillotine cutter?
I do. That was my solution.
Okay. It is just a little bit too big for this. So we're gonna get that guillotine cutter real quick.
If I can find it. I think it's in here.
Otherwise that you can, if you all are right-handed crafters in here, and so you would have to trim the edges with scissors for me, Lauren. Is that okay?
I can do that.
Okay. Raise your hand if you're a left-handed crafter. Unfortunately, I'm the only left-hander here in the craft studio today. And I was trying to cut something yesterday with all of the scissors here at Maker's Gonna Learn, and they're all right-handed scissors. Okay, so unfortunately, this right here is just a tad bit too large for in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand this over to Lauren, and she's just going to trim up the edge. Oh, wait.
There
right
it is.
Awesome, thank you.
There's the
Never mind.
guillotine cutter.
Courtney for the win. All right, you're just gonna
FTW.
trim the edges. Problem solving 101. Everything is figure outable.
Yep.
So I am just gonna take off just a smidge. Like we are just a smidge too big. So we're going to.
That's part of that measure twice, cuss once.
Is everyone
I'm a little cussy
proud
right
of
now.
me that I haven't used a sentence enhancer just yet? All right. So I'm going to, I line this up. We just have a small little thing, and I'm gonna.
What is going on?
Well. Aha! Just a little banging.
Just a little dabble.
Look, but I mean, it did good.
Wow.
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 All right, let me see if that'll fit here in the width. Yep, we're still a little bit too large on the length, so I'm gonna switch it around. We're gonna bang a little bit some more. Not too much though.
Okay, so we have some people asking, so should we measure? So what happened was we were cutting this before, and we may have just gotten the measurements just a little bit off. You just want to make sure that you measure.
Yeah. Awesome.
Love.
And if you don't have a guillotine cutter, just take some scissors
Yeah.
and trim off the edge, because at the end of the day, this little edge that's right here, you're not gonna see it. So if you have like a really messed up edge, it's okay because you won't see it. You obviously don't wanna make it too small though, but again, you're not gonna see the messed up edge. So going back to what I was saying, if you were to place this into your box, if you were to do foam on the layers, like adding foam layers, you really would only be able to get a little bit larger of the layers right here, right? So in order, if you wanted, you can do the name you can do in the foam like this, right? And we can lift the name off a little bit because it's not gonna be interfering with that little lip. Hopefully that made sense.
Yes.
Okay, so Mary Poppins was here with a guillotine cutter and also foam. We have some that are, this one seems to be, ooh, we got some really thick ones in here.
Yeah, there's
I want the thick ones in here. All right, so I'm gonna use these little circular ones, and I'm just going to add in a few of them. And I'm gonna use the thick ones just so we have some really good dimension. And also a little trick is if you don't have ones that are thick, you can actually double up on your layers. So we have a bunch of little circles in here. I'm gonna use a little weeding tool pick. You could use your fingernail too. That might also be useful too, but you can just flick off the backing. Okay, so for me, just to show you, I did do 2 layers of these circles right there.
Oh.
Just for added dimension.
I never thought of a 2-layer doubling up your foam dots.
Follow me for more Cricut crafting tutorials.
Oh my, who would have thunk it?
I know, but see, this is the greatest part about crafting is what you do, Lauren, is maybe different than what I do, but at the end of the day, we are gonna have beautiful projects.
Yes.
They are gonna look so good.
I know.
Just using our big, beautiful brain.
I know.
Okay, so we are now at the front of this. I am just going to, I'm gonna eyeball this.
Yeah, that looks like a good eyeball.
All right. Let's put it in here. And I absolutely love, like without even putting this in the box, you can actually see the shadow of the name here.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's almost like there is a shadow because there is that much dimension there. But like, look at that. So.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Wow. Is there a Tristan watching us? We'll send this to a Tristan.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this shadow box, there is only a clear sheet over on one side. My shadow boxes at home also have a clear sheet on the inside. So if you're like mine, shadow boxes at home, make sure and take the clear off both sides, the inside and the outside. I honestly like to do the inside first, mess around with it, and then I put the back on, then I take off the front just so I don't have to like put my fingertips on. So I always like to go from the inside out. But we're gonna take this and we are gonna roll this over and we're gonna place this into our shadow box.
Sue said that she could change, Sue Featherland said she could change her name to Tristan.
Well, we're gonna start calling Sue Tristan.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna place this into the back. So, before the big reveal of my box, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pull off the clear sheet that's on here. You're gonna wanna do the same as well. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip this over and you're gonna go, ta-da! Look at that, and look at that shadow that is created there with all that dimension.
That made a big difference.
I mean, do we not love this? Look
that
at
made
this.
such a big difference.
Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. So you could do it this way. You can do it without, like I did not put any type of foam tape on mine or even like an offset. And I would say that both of these look really good. Which one's your favorite? The one that has my name or the one that has Tristan's name on there? You gotta let me know.